Hey, I'm Nate with Mission Property Management. This is a property we're going to be working on for the next couple weeks. Come take a look. So we just had some tenants move out of this property. It's quite a bit of damage, so we'll show you a little bit what we're going to be doing to get it back up, ready to go for the new tenants. And we're actually going to turn this front half of the house into our office. There's leaks and stuff on the roof that we're going to be fixing. And it ended up dripping down into these lights and shedding those off, so there's quite a bit of electrical work that needs to be done as well. Almost all the doors need to get replaced. Maybe a little bit of temper issues, I don't know. As you can see, this one's completely split in half. The door got ripped out, so we'll be doing all the doors, baseboards, casings. We'll be scraping, painting the walls, and then redoing some of the electrical. I'll show you here. So we'll be taking out the fan and dome light here and doing can lights. We'll be doing can lights as well in the kitchen area. So we'll be sanding and painting the cabinets, redoing the hardware, and then all of the bathrooms will get an update as well. There's a lot of moisture issues in the bathroom, so all the paint is coming off, so we'll be scraping, repriming, and painting all of this. There's not a fan in the bathroom, but we may put one in with how much moisture there is. It's not needed by code, but we'll probably consider it. And then just replacing all the hardware in here and the vanity lights.
Rat room?
Yeah. Yeah, there's more mouse droppings in this room than I think I've ever seen in one place. So they've had some issues with that, and that's usually tenant caused. So whatever they had in here was attracting them, and they just went for it. All the carpet's going to be replaced in the house. This had an old sump pump for where it's located, and it's flooded before, and so the carpet had to get changed out, and it's in really rough shape. So let's see. Just little touch-ups in the bathroom, not too bad though. And then all the carpets in here will get replaced. And we'll be replacing the closet doors, at least one set of them. So surprisingly, none of the blinds are broken, which is usually the first thing that breaks in any property, any rental property. So we're excited to show you guys through this process over the next few weeks as we renovate this property and an office for us. Follow us on Instagram or YouTube or both to see how the process goes and learn a few tips and tricks along the way. Normally the first step that we take is just assessing what in the property needs to be swapped out or changed out. For this, we saw that all the baseboards were really bad, all the casing, and there's a lot of the doors that were broken. So that's what we decided to start on. So we ripped out all the baseboards in this first room. We're gonna finish ripping the baseboards out in the rest of the house. The dumpster's showing up tomorrow, so we'll get the doors off so we don't have to pile them up and then haul them all off together. So we're just gonna get that and then after that, we're gonna start on the electrical. We'll be measuring, cutting holes, scraping the walls for prepping for drywall patch and paint, and then we'll be ready for the next stage. Replaced and ordered out. How you do it is you take off all of your casing first, and then for measurement, you usually want to measure your open hole here. So from inside the frame, you can also just measure the door specifically. The door will tell you the width that you need to buy. The actual door frame size is going to be slightly larger. But for handedness, to whether it's a right hand or left hand door, easiest way to do it is you put your back towards where the hinges are. And if the door is swinging to your right, it's a right hand door. If it's swinging to the left, it's a left hand door. Easy enough. Today we're also going to be ripping out carpet and getting that all done. Our dumpster is going to show up here in just a few minutes, and we'll be on to the next step, almost ready for prepping for paint and cleanup. So we're just about to tear out the carpet in this basement. We found a lot of moisture on the exterior walls. There's also a sump pump that has backed up before, and there's some stuff underneath, so we're just being careful with these masks. There's going to be black mold probably in some parts of it. We'll have to remediate out of here. So for this size of room, when you're taking out carpet, you'll want to cut it up in pieces so you don't have to lug out a huge roll at the same time. So we'll probably cut this 2 full lengths down, roll those sections up, and get them out to the garbage.
All right, so this was the part of the carpet that we think has the most mold. It's time to tear it up. Here we go. Look at that. Yep, we already got some of them. Here we go. Okay, not too bad. All right. Okay, so far so good. Gross.
So we have completed the downstairs. It smells a little better. It still smells very moist, but you know, it could just be long exposure from the bathroom being so humid for so long. Basements tend to get a little bit more humid because there's not as much airflow. So yeah, one more patch of carpet. We are done for carpet.
All right, so this was the part of the carpet that we think has the most mold. It's time to tear it up. Here we go. Look at that. Yep, we already got some of them. Here we go. Okay, not too bad. All right. Okay, so far so good. Gross.
So we have completed the downstairs. It smells a little better. It still smells very moist, but you know, it could just be long exposure from the bathroom being so humid for so long. Basements tend to get a little bit more humid because there's not as much airflow. So yeah, one more patch of carpet. We are done for carpet.
So today we're going to be finishing taking off the casings and all the doors. Got those all measured and getting those ordered. We'll also be removing the bathroom vanity. There's a few things that we're going to add. I think we'll take all the toilets out and redo all those as well. So we can show you what we're doing there. So this guy's going to come out. There's barely any clearance right here for the door. So we'll have to put in something that's pretty small as well, so that it all fits in here. We got the quote for the roof back. It came in right around $10,000, which was around what we were expecting. We can do the tear out and save about $2,500 there. So something to keep in mind when you're taking out a bathroom vanity, when you're taking off your plumbing supply lines for your water, most of the time they're going to be older supply lines or older valves, and they're going to leak. And so you're going to want to have valves on hand to be able to replace, so you don't have to shut off your water, go to the store, and then come back, because most of the time they're going to leak.
Welcome back. Today we are going to be tearing out all of this. We already took out the toilet. It was disgusting, it was leaking, and I think we're keeping this stuff. But for now, let's tear this out.
Water damage here, a little bit of mold. Yummy.
Well, that was fun. Definitely way more labor intensive than I thought it was gonna be, but we did it. Look at all that. Now I gotta take that out to the dump. Subscribe for more of this home renovation. 3.5 hours later, 2 separate days. done. Looks kind of, got that out, taking this out. We already took the toilet out. I'd say that was fun, but that one was not that fun.
Okay, we're on the electrical now, so we've cut out 10 new holes for the can lighting or puck lighting in here, and then we did 10 other in the office. So we're just running wire in between each one and then tying it into the old electrical to the junction box, which we'll plate at the end.
All right, we got an update for you guys. We are now doing the lighting structures. Pretty much drilled these holes. Nate and Curtis funneled through the wires, and I lost a battle with the drill. Happens. There we go. Oh no! It's like a pinata. Shit.
Big in those small boxes to have 3 wires piled in there. We'll have to do it, or we can just divide it here. So
This is the one that did it.
that's the one.
It's my enemy. It got me good. So yesterday, I decided to clean out all the air vents. I don't understand how these people live like this. Not to judge, but like, this one was so gross, but there's still nastiness up in there. And that's after I cleaned it twice. You just gotta see all the other stuff. There was cups, playing cards, bowls, trash, a Gatorade bottle. I found a ball, found a little tech deck, pencils, and an air vent. It's crazy. Look at that. That's crazy. This was in a bedroom.
Okay, today we're putting in our internet, and we're doing it manually. So back in the day, my grandpa put up this big tower, and it's just a telephone pole, and I set up a microwave link, is what it's called. About 6 years ago, I linked it to my house, and so my internet from my house gets passed over to this pole over here, and then we run an Ethernet cable, Cat 6, running across the back line. It's a direct burial cable, and we'll run it up this pole and across to the house, and then plug it in, and we'll have to use a PoE, a power over Ethernet switch, to be able to give it enough juice to be able to transfer the energy into where we're at, since we're over 300 feet. So here we go. All of our doors installed, our baseboard and our casing. Just prepping for paint now. So we're just touching up, puttying all the holes, caulking all the edges, and then we'll be masking off all the rooms and be painting. The doors, there's too many custom doors. This home was built in the early 1900s, and we can show you actually some of the old footprint. If we can get some light up here. Okay, up here you can see the original footprint from the old house. It's about a 11-foot ceiling, and the old wallpaper in here. And then when they reframed, this wall is about 3 feet thick, and they built on the rest of the back half of the house. So the kitchen used to be far side of the house through where that doorway is, and yeah, they ended up dropping the ceiling, which would be nice if I had taller ceilings. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of benefit for having tall ceilings, unless it's insulated well. But yeah, all of these custom doors were lath and plaster. So we started taking these casings up and realized that it was all custom welded in. And so we ended up repairing this one, but we left all the other ones and we just custom cut doors to the sizes and are boring our own holes and cutting in our own hinge points. So a lot more work than we originally thought.
All right, it's been a long update. I don't even remember where we left off, but we now have carpet. So that's awesome. We got delayed on the paint for we're about like 2 weeks behind. Baseboards are in now. Oh, that's right, guys. The doors were a disaster. Disaster. So we got some doors in, and some doors that are not in, because somehow, some way, they got mismeasured, and so some doors fit, some don't. Like this one, door frame, we had to trim up to fit. This door frame actually fit, but the door didn't fit. So yeah, doors were a disaster. Other than that, carpet's done, baseboards are done. We're waiting on paint. We did the lights, told you guys that. And then we're gonna string in the Ethernet today. And that's pretty much like the last step for us. For the carpets, we did hire somebody out. We did not install that ourselves. Waiting on some toilets, some sinks, hardware. Can't do any of that until the paint's done, so really we're just behind on the paint. Thanks for staying up to date. Plenty more to come. Follow, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Good news, we are like 96% of the way done. We're done enough. So this is the back portion of our office. Our office is gonna be right there through that door. This will be the 3-bedroom unit that we are currently rented out. We rented it out to 3 post-grad kids, and it'll be cool. But yeah, we've got brand new appliances, fridge, stove, replaced the hardware. We didn't replace or recoat the cabinets. It's just a lot of time and a lot of money. Brand new washer and dryer. New carpet in the bedrooms. Fresh coat of paint. Bathroom, fully just took that flooring out. That flooring was brutal, man. But got some new flooring in there. Let's go check out downstairs. Now downstairs was the roughest, if you don't remember. So check this out. We did the floors. Got some new carpet up in the bedrooms. Fresh coat of paint down here. We did all the baseboards. I mean, she really came together. Bathroom's fully done. And we replaced all the toilets. Because, you know, you gotta have a clean toilet. And we replaced that door. Which this door was supposed to be the office front door. And it didn't work out somehow, some way. But we made use of it. So the backyard's coming along pretty well. Trimmed up the whole bottom of this tree. This was dangling almost like to here. You could probably walk and hit your head. We'll drop all these berries. And like I said, we're like 96% of the way done, so we still gotta clean up this a little bit. We're basically gonna gravel this out. That's gonna be tenant parking. They can park here too if they want. Client parking. And then we'll drive through there. Still gotta clean that up a little bit. And we're fighting to save this yard. That's why we're probably gonna gravel all this out, because this is dead. This still has a fighting chance. And we got a nice park right there, guys. I love this park. We trimmed up this whole driveway, and it's probably stuck out about to here. And so we trimmed that back, gave us an opportunity to actually drive through here. Trimmed this tree up, this thing, same thing, came like down to here. You had to duck to walk through here, so we trimmed that up. This will be my parking spot. We'll gravel that out. And then here is The office. Ah! All right, if you want to see the office, you got to leave a comment. I'm not going to show you it now.